Why are we making an EP now?
I don't really know. Why are we?
Because we've got a lot of new music.
It's been over a year since we last recorded.
Boredom.
It's the best time.
We're doing something different.
Much more ambitious. We've got a lot of new songs.
It's because we finally got rid of the dead weights.
We're making an EP now because we feel it's our time to shine.
We decided to record an EP now because it's a very exciting time for the group. We've just come off appearing on Sky One's Sing Ultimate Acapella, which is a brand new show that Sky have just done. We got through to the final on that show and performed some of our best music ever, and so we thought it was about time that we put that down for posterity's sake, but also to hopefully share with many, many more people some of the great music we've been singing recently.
Rehearsals have been really hectic for this EP. We rehearsed every day for a long time last week.
We've had a lot of work put into it. We had, for the last week, for example, we've spent 3 hours a day coming in the evening and just learning the songs solidly, making sure that we're all tight.
That's been hectic with degrees and stuff, but it's paid off and some of the stuff is sounding sick.
It keeps me up.
I originally found the song Crave from a film called Hidden Figures, which Pharrell Williams did the soundtrack for. I took it, started arranging it, and I thought it fit really well with All Night by Chance the Rapper. So originally that's what it was kind of mashed up with.
At the beginning of this year with the group, back in September, we decided to look at the song again and think maybe we could revamp it. We kind of decided that the All Night thing didn't necessarily work so well, and instead threw in a bit of this old MJ song, She Drives Me Wild, which has a very similar melody, and then just rejigged the Crave section of the arrangement a bit and took it to the group, and it went off really well straight away.
So my beatbox solo was added in very late in the process. It was as the pre-rap section didn't really feel like it was going anywhere, so we thought, oh, why not just put a beatbox solo in there for 8 bars? And it was very much last minute. I kind of made it up on the day, a few hours before, but I'm quite proud of it. There's one particular sound, which everyone loves, the dolphin.
You're making inhuman noises.
Listening back to the beatbox solo after we had recorded it multiple times and layered it, and it sounded so much bigger and everything, and just hearing even a glimpse of what that will sound in the final product, it was definitely the highlight for me.
The rap was a lot of fun. Since seeing Rich Man originally, I've always wanted to put a rap into a semi-toned arrangement I've done, and I really liked how in the video Eddie did it in this kind of like quite knowing, like quite self-aware kind of way, and I tried to kind of emulate that a little bit. It was a lot of fun hearing Trevor kind of layer them up and down, so I would do one that was slightly higher in my register, and then one that was kind of medium, then one that was lower, and he would kind of stack them on top of each other so that it makes my voice sound like I've got these 3 voices all rapping at once.
I really enjoyed recording the rap section of Crave because we added little ad-libs in there. If you listen carefully in the background, you can hear me saying, "Deadly." It's just those little extra bits that just, when you hear them, you might not notice them, but are there, and I really think will enhance that section.
My highlight moment in recording the EP was picking out all of the riffs that I could do. There's just more freedom when you're recording, particularly as a soloist, to like do like more of your own thing, to like improvise. All of these new aspects make Crave on the EP, just make it more exciting to listen to.
Hey, yeah.
I became a fan of Stevie Wonder quite late on during my time at school, and I Wish was one of the first songs I got really into and just listened to over and over again. I think it's a great moment to have on the EP, having such an iconic song by such an iconic artist. I stuck quite closely to the original when I wrote the arrangement because I think there's so many beautiful moments in there, like those horn riffs and especially the outro, which I just thought would be great to capture a cappella.
The end section is so much fun, both to perform and to sing, to get that little stop-start with the audience really, or the listener, really throws them off guard in a good way.
I think the EP has a lot of themes tying it all together. Whilst it's still quite varied, the real things that sort of stick out for me are the blend of soul and funk. More and more we're sort of finding our own niche. It's about the energy and the meaning that you put to the song, and I think that's something that Semitone is really good at, and why we naturally sort of lean towards that sound.
It was tricky to choose exactly which songs we wanted to record. A lot of music's quite old school, but done in quite an interesting way. Although you can locate a lot of them in a certain time period, the genres are quite different, and I really like that.
In one sentence, I would probably describe it as jazzy wazzy whip hop doodah.
Ground control to Major Tom.
Space Oddity was chosen for us in the Iconic Artist round in our first heat of the recent Sky 1 series we were on. I was really blown away when we first received this arrangement. There are some fantastic builds, amazing chords, and it just captures the essence of the song really, really well. Because it's a duet, I think there's an added layer of scrutiny. If you're just singing a solo by yourself, you can sort of get away with sort of rubato and mess around a little bit with it. But because it's a duet, we really had to make sure everything we were doing was exactly the same as the other.
There was a lot of pressure as a new member coming in this year and having a solo on this EP, but it's such an iconic song in the first place that I found it actually surprisingly easy to slip into the solo.
I think they're terrific, the new guys. I really think they are, and I'm really, really excited to see what they bring this year, both in terms of friendship and in terms of singing for the group.
I was slightly worried about joining the group because I already realised that they'd be very tightly knit because they'd already had a lot of past experiences together, but they made me feel really welcome.
You get to know all the guys really quickly because you're not only rehearsing 3 times a week, you are spending social time with each other, going out together. So in the first few weeks I felt like I knew everyone really well.
I haven't really, been here that long or known people that long, and I'm already presented with this amazing opportunity to sing on something that could potentially be heard by thousands of people. It's daunting but exciting at the same time.
She's driving me wild. Help me, I'm on the sidewalk. I'm falling over, rocking back and forth. Help me, I'm on the sidewalk. I'm falling over, rocking back and forth. Help me, oh help me.